Welcome back to We Got Goosebumps, a podcast dedicated to the landmark horror series for children, written by R.L. Stine back in the 90s. I'm a ruthless scientist in desperate need of that jungle magic. Dylan.
Hey, I'm that friendly, shriveled head you keep in your pocket, who always has your back. I'm Travis.
And today, that's upsetting. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't like thinking of a little shriveled head in my pocket.
That's me in there. Hey, I'm down here. I'm in your pocket. Hey.
Although, if it did have a southern accent, I guess that would be more charming to me. I'd be, oh, it's like I got my grandpa in my pocket.
It's like, I got pocket lint in my mouth again. Clean your pockets.
All right, shut up, grandpa. It's just, I don't know why I would then start referring to the shriveled head as grandpa. It's like, oh, shut up, grandpa. Especially since my grandpa is still alive and kicking, both of them. And so that's just disrespectful to them both. Be like, grandpa, look what I've got. His name's grandpa.
Hey, do me a favor. Whenever I'm in your pocket and you get a boner, will you move me to somewhere else?
I don't like that. Oh, I don't like calling you grandpa anymore.
I'm just ahead.
Today we are reading emails and chatting about the TV episode of the classic 90s TV series brought to you by R.L. Stine back in the 90s, Goosebumps. The TV episode, though, of How I Got Shrunken Head. How I got my shrunken head. My shrunken head. Not a shrunken head. I got my shrunken head.
I can't wait. I'm excited. We get to see more Canadians
in a very unrealistic looking jungle situation. I
cannot wait.
I'm hoping it's just a really obvious set.
Yeah, that'd be great. Also, too, I can't wait to. I mean, the shrunken head. Do you think it's going to be like a baseball with like practical effects on it? Is there going to be any CGI?
Oh God,
I don't know.
I mean, this episode did come out in 1998, so I think it's the last season, maybe, of the show. So I'm assuming the special effects are going to be, like, phenomenal.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I truly hope so. Or
they burned through all their money and the special effects are garbage.
Yeah, and it's a two-parter, so, we're getting a couple good, arcs. Who knows what'll happen? Usually we go through these and we maybe recognize one actor and we look him up and it looked like a different actor, but the actor that we thought it was died of like a heroin overdose in Vancouver in 1999. So I'm hoping whoever's in this lived long, healthy lives, but with the shrunken head curse, I wouldn't put money on it.
That is true. Everyone who's ever been involved with a shrunken head movie or TV project usually ends up dead.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 100% of the time, everyone dies. So that's not really...
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, like, Lily, this is not why. It's like she hears a different cadence in my voice that knows, like, oh, he's recording now. Now I should have the longest drink break right next to the microphone as possible.
I can't even hear it.
Oh.
I can't even hear it. So she's doing great.
No, but I think it's still being caught anyway. So I'm excited about this episode. The book was like, it wasn't one of our favorites. It's pretty middle of the road. I feel like it had its moments, but for the most part, it's kind of goofy and didn't make a whole lot of sense. And I kind of forgot about the majority of it.
Yeah, it takes you out of the house, takes you out of the neighborhood, and so it stops being relatable in a. If I were a kid, the stories are spookier when I feel like they could happen to me. This seems like one that couldn't, just because, one, I don't have an aunt who knows anything about shrunken heads. No. If I did, my life would be way cooler. So there's no, I'm not going to visit many jungles. So yeah, it's a little bit more of an Indiana Jones.
And I think too, the show is most fun to watch when the book was kind of average or whatever, because the show does a pretty good job so far of fixing problems that we had with the books, mainly because they cut out a lot of the fluff that they used to expand the book to 130 pages.
And they do a really good job of like some of the just illogical things that we poke holes in. They usually fix that, which is nice. And yeah, I think overall they've been pretty good. I mean, in fact, I think they've all been good. I haven't watched a TV episode where I thought it was worse than the book.
No, and they made like the Barking Ghost an actual enjoyable story. Yeah. And that was when they added stuff to the story, because they had that whole film, they had the whole prologue where they show the two pirates are the ones that got trapped into the dogs.
That helped immensely.
Yeah, and then you had the pirate kids. Oh yeah, the little boy was just like, if you try for my dinner again, you'll be pulling back a stump. And like, his mom's just like, you can't say that to your father. What are you doing?
I'm excited to see in this episode, because you and I had issue with like the mom just letting this strange woman come to their house with a shrunken head that she'd never met before, referencing the aunt, but the aunt wasn't there, and the mother just being like, yeah, sure, you can go to this random jungle with this woman who mentioned my sister. I have no proof that she's not just trafficking you to Argentina.
Yeah, it'd be one thing,
I don't know.
It'd be one thing if the aunt herself had come, but the fact that it's just like, oh yeah, I'm your aunt's research assistant, and you might be thinking like, why would she suspect her? There's no reason there would be anything to worry about. It's like, clearly there was, because something bad happened. So take that to the bank.
But anyway, we can recap the story a bit, but we got some emails, and we wanted to share those. Dylan, I don't know which one you wanted to read.
I'll read the first one, because we actually have a return writer, a repeat offender. No, I don't like that. And I read his email last time, so I want you to read his email. So I'm gonna read this first one up here. And thank you very much for writing to us. We do enjoy any and all emails that we get, which you can get if you want to email us. You can email us at we got goosebumps podcast@gmail.com. Hey, Dylan and Travis. Just wanted to say thank you guys for the laughs and being my favorite podcast. I get so excited when a new episode is up, and I have to listen immediately. The recent season was my favorite because you guys covered the horror of Camp Jelly Jam. We had that book in my house, and that cover was so terrifying to me as a kid. And with the final episode of 2025, I was stoked to find out if it was both your favorite of the season. Shit, I fucked it up. I'm so sorry. That's how I know you guys have good taste. Can't wait for the next season. Happy New Year. And Happy New Year to you too, because we got this email a few months ago, but thank you, MJ.
MJ, thanks for saying that we're your favorite podcast. I really appreciate it. And the horror of Camp Jelly Jam, I feel like if I had a poster of a cover, one that I wouldn't want to have would be that one. It's not my favorite cover, but it's good enough. But that dude's face is creepy. I feel like it would be like every time I saw that poster, I would feel molested. So I agree with you. I don't think having that cover just out on the coffee table is a good thing as a kid.
It would be great.
Probably influenced you in ways you're unaware of.
It would be great to just have that as like in the bathroom. So every time you turned on the bathroom light, you see it reflect in the bathroom mirror, him just staring at you. Like, that would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it was just directly in the wall behind you. And so you just, every time you turn on the light, the first thing you see is him looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, that would be creepy. Maybe I can talk to Pam. She can get that set up and you can spook yourself.
Oh, man. Imagine. Okay, this is going to take a lot of imagining. But imagine that time you knocked yourself out cold in your bathroom. Imagine if that poster had been hanging there. You get up, blood streaming down your face, and the first thing you see is the Camp Jelly Jam counselor being like, "Hey, buddy, you need help? Always be best," or whatever it is they said.
Yeah, always the best.
Always the best.
Yeah. Something along those lines. Yeah. That would be creepy. I wouldn't like it. I wouldn't like it at all.
Now imagine if there's an actual man in there behind you, just staring at you.
Wow. The man in the mirror.
Like, I can't even see behind you because you have the background scrambler.
Yeah, I have a thing, background.
So there could totally be someone behind you right now, and I couldn't even warn you. I would be watching you get murdered, and I'd be like, oh no, who's doing that? Oh no. And I would just watch it. I would probably be like, Pam, Travis is being murdered. And then we would watch together.
I would appreciate the company, but I wouldn't appreciate getting murdered. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There's a really fun short film about, this is going to be a 4-hour podcast too. Really fun short film about this woman who's getting a video call from her friends, and it looks like they're being murdered, and that sets off a series of hilarious events. So I'll have to find that and send that your way. I just don't want to spoil the hilarious events.
Have you seen the movie Host?
Yes.
That came out during COVID?
Yeah, it was like
pretty
the
good.
First movie about COVID to come out during COVID.
Yeah.
And it was actually pretty good because it was literally less than an hour long.
Yeah, and they had to learn to film it themselves because they had to be, segregated because of the virus. So all of the effects that you see were like handcrafted by the actors themselves. Pretty cool. And
it was even, the reason why it was less than an hour is because that's how long at the time, anyway, you could have a Zoom meeting on like the free trial period. So that's why it was so short. I didn't even think about that. That makes sense though. I think it pops. There's like a little message that pops up. It's like, your meeting limit is up. Bye. That's a fun one. Classic. Thank you, MJ, for that one. You can't wait for the next season. Neither can I. We'll start it this summer. We'll probably have another bonus or two in between. We got another one here. This is our repeat offender, Mr. Wilds. Mr. Wilds, thank you for reaching out. He says, hey, Dylan and Travis. Glad to see the start of a new season. Of course, he's talking about... it hasn't happened yet, Steve. I don't know what you're referencing. We don't have a new season yet. I'm sorry. We'll get to it. We'll have one soon. I mean, he's so ahead of it. He's reading the first book. Like, he's already read the book. We haven't read the book yet. We haven't even read the book yet. I think, okay, he's anticipating a season 5. He's ready to go. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay. So he says, I just reread Bad Hair Day and was curious. If you were magicians, what would the big finale for your act be? What trick would you do? And is there one you think you'd be too afraid to perform? And there's a little more. I'll stop there. Dylan, if is it more like if we were magicians together, like we were Dylan and Travis on stage doing magic, what would our big finale be? I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be. Are you saying you don't want to? No, I'm saying it doesn't have to be Goosebumps related. That's what. There's where my brain died. Oh. It could be about. I thought you were trying to say it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a magic show with the two of us. And I was like, are you trying to ostracize me from your magic stardom? No. Good. No. I'd love to be a part of it. Yeah. The only trick I definitely would be too scared to perform would be the bullet catch, where the magician catches a bullet. That just doesn't seem safe to me. So I'd like to not do that. Our big finale, should it be like a blood and guts kind of, like a sawing someone in half? Because I always like the Penn and Teller approach of like doing tricks and then making them gory and like over the top and like that kind of thing. Like a saw in half where the person is screaming the entire time, where you're just like, oh no, it's not working, and then you're just like, and then you're just dead. But like, and then like 10 minutes later, you like come like you're just like but it's just the top half of you. Yeah, but you're okay. Yeah, I was thinking we could add a spin to where we do the saw in half bit with an audience member comes up, we put them in the thing, we do the saw them in half. Oops, we really do saw them in half. We do on purpose saw them in half, but the magic is sewing them back together on stage while people watch, because it's intense. I mean, you got to have good lighting. You got to have a lot of good surgical tools to pull it off. I feel like that's a kind of a connoisseur's magic show because it's, it's more about the detail work. It's like going to a magic show. You'll watch like card tricks, like, they're great, but you have to be really on top of it. So yeah, a smaller, like maybe a black box theater setting for that kind of show where we saw someone open and then put them back together with magic. That also sounds like just doing medical science. That doesn't sound necessarily like magic.
Yeah.
Although to, I don't know, a group of head shrinkers on some island that's unspecified, they might think that kind of medicine is magic, just as we would say that like the art of head shrinking is magic. But really, I think what it is they take the skin of a monkey, dry it out, stuff it with like cotton or whatever, and then like tie it up, like, and then they're like, oh, it's a shrunken head.
Magic. Also, too, I mean, if you don't think we're going far enough with this, because like you were kind of saying, and I'm agreeing with, this seems more like less of a magic show that you would pay to see like in a theater downtown. This might be something that takes place in, like, let's say,
basement.
A dingy basement, correct. And so we might not have a big audience for that, but I think the real magic is after we sew them back together, we make them disappear again because you got to hide the evidence. That's
and the audience.
Hey,
so wait,
that's magic. We say,
yeah. This is, but then the audience. I guess they're culpable at that point.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Oh yeah. They paid for this. Yeah, it was in the waiver that they
this
support
is,
everything that happens.
Going in and settling direction.
I do want to ask because you seem, and I think you've told me before, you have some maybe history with being into magic or even maybe trying sleight of hand. What's your experience with it? Have you actually performed some tricks for strangers? And I don't mean that as like you've been peddling your butthole in the corner. I mean, I'm talking about like with cards.
I've done tricks for strangers, but I have not done magic tricks for strangers. No. Okay. I did do a magic trick for my bankers where I had them pick a card, and then I was like, go open the vault, and they opened the vault, and their card was in there. And they just got mad at me. Yeah, they were mad. Like, one of them was just like, I'm so fucking stupid. How did you do that? He was so stupid. I'm so stupid. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid. And it's like, it's a magic trick. It's okay. I wasn't testing your intelligence with that one. Like, calm down. And the other one, she's like, I need to figure this out. It's like, stop. I never did another magic trick for them again.
Maybe they thought you were a threat. They're like, he's going to make some money disappear.
It was like my last day there. Like that. Wow. This was me. Like, I'm going to leave now. So I'm going to dick around all day and do a magic trick. But they just got mad at me. So I'm glad I left.
Me too. All right. He goes on with this email. He says, Travis, as someone who does stand-up comedy, did you ever consider incorporating magic or sleight of hand into your sets? No, I don't think that's funny, especially not when I do it. It's not going to go well. No, I just go up there and talk about, wieners, beeholes, horses. It's kind of my shtick. And I've not actually seen anybody do any types of magic in a stand-up set, at least not around here. Maybe if you go to some fanciful city like New York, you might see some more extravagantly talented individuals. But around here, no, we're just slinging jokes. But he wraps it up. He says, thanks for the entertaining episodes, Wilds. Yeah, buddy, we're coming in with that. We'll get that new season out to you so you can hear some Bad Hair Day. I know you've been sitting on that for a couple weeks. We'll get it out to you.
Yeah, I am excited about that's whenever we do the bonus episodes, it does make me think like, oh, we could be doing Goosebumps again and talking about the books and stuff. Except we're getting close to running out of books, so we also don't want to rush. That's
true. And some inside baseball, I alternate schedules of this podcast with Uncle Doug, and Uncle Doug is delayed because my co-host is acting in a play for Jaws, and he's been working on that, and we can't do the podcast. So a little bit of a delay there. But once we, ramp it up, we're in. We're doing this. Okay?
I can't stand him.
So to recap the book about how they got the shrunken head, how do you want to do that? Do we go beat by beat, or you just want to toss out some things you remember most? Or
all right, I'm gonna try and do a real quick on the fly synopsis using this other synopsis that we have, and we'll start from there.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, great.
So we're introduced to Mark. He's our protagonist. He's playing a jungle video game that he's obsessed with because he's obsessed with jungles, which, whatever. That's his thing. He's got a sister. Her name is Jessica, and it sounds like one of those annoying siblings. Then this woman shows up, Carolyn Hollings, and she's just like, hey, I've got a real shrunken head from you. Also, for you, not from you. Also, I have this letter from your aunt, and I'm here to take you to hang out with Aunt Benna on the island to see the research she's doing, because she knows how much you love, jungles. And the mom is just like,
good, yeah.
Take my child. I hate him.
Get it out of here. I've never loved it.
All he talks about is jungles.
Yeah, he just stays in his room playing video games all day, and there's paper plates everywhere. He doesn't clean up after himself. Get this kid to the jungle where he belongs.
And hopefully he doesn't come back.
Hopefully.
So he does that. He leaves with Carolyn. He meets the other members of the research team, Dr. Richard Hollings, who is this brother. I think it's a brother and sister. And then the doctor, he has a daughter, Corinne. And Mark finds out that Aunt Ben is missing, and that something's going on, and that the Hollings think he has jungle magic, and is like, ah! So he's sneaking around, trying to figure out what's going on his own. He comes across a huge pile of shrunken heads, and he finds Benna's notebooks, and then he finds out through Aunt Benna's notebooks that the Hollings are bad news and they want to use jungle magic for evil. And so that's what they're going to do. And Mark needs to get the fuck out of there, because basically, I think it even says in the journal, Aunt Benna says, thank goodness I sent away the jungle magic to Mark where it's safe, thousands and thousands of miles away from this jungle. Because if it ever came to this jungle, that would be the worst thing. Luckily, Mark would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so Mark is now where he should not be. So Mark still thinks that Corinne might be a good kid. And he's just like, Corinne, your dad and your aunt are assholes. And she's like, yeah, you're right. But then later Corinne's just like, hey, Dad, the twerp's trying to get away. And then the dad's just like, oh, I'm going to fuck you up now. And then Mark realizes that Corinne is not a good egg. So
bad egg.
Then they're about to get shrunken shit. But Mark realizes with his shrunken head and his jungle magic, he can do shit. And he shrinks the Hollings and they just run off into the jungle as tiny little people, which is a weird punishment, I feel like.
And he's like, I'm a rainforest wizard. And they were like, ah.
Aunt Benna shows up again. She was hiding on the island in a hut somewhere, basically. And they recapture. I don't fucking care. Who cares? So Benna says that she removes the jungle magic and the head has no power anymore. But then the shrunken head comes to life. And he's just like, I want to tell the story of what's going on. The end. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-bum.
Meow.
Wow.
All right. Very good. Actually, hearing you say it, and this isn't an indictment of you at all, Dylan, that story sucks. I hope this TV show rules, dude. It needs some fixins. Do you remember where you might have ranked this one at the end of the season? I know that was our last episode, and listeners are so disappointed that that's not, like, hard cooked into our canon, but I remember liking the book a little bit, reading it, but it's one of those things I think hindsight has really damaged it a little bit in my head.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was like the bottom tier. But
yeah, I'm pulling it up here. Yeah, we did. We had it collectively. It was about number 8 of 10 from last season.
Yikes.
Just ahead of Headless Ghost and Barking Ghost. We weren't ghost people.
Wow. No, well, apparently neither is R.L. Stine.
Yeah.
Because his ghost books lately have been, woof.
Yeah, outside of, what's the one, the real tearjerker?
The Ghost Next Door.
Now that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a hot
But he
number.
had to kill so many children to make that a good one. He was so happy. He was just like, I get to kill 3 kids in this. Oh my God. Yes.
That story was built in blood. It was written in blood. So good. All right. Well, we're going to step away and watch parts 1 and 2 of R.L. Stine's TV episode show. God damn it. You've said the weirdest thing at the beginning of the episode. Now I don't even know how to refer to it. How I Got My Truck and Head. And
Listen,
we'll come back.
Some of us have been on podcast vacation for like 4 months. So I'm trying to get my feet back underneath me.
It's hard.
So
it's hard.
I haven't even done a stream like on the Twitch in forever. So I don't even have any performative things going on right now. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Got to get it going. But folks, if you want to watch along, I'll put a link to this, the YouTube link in the show notes. Catch you some of this live action. All right. Hey guys, Trav here from Tales of the Lesser Medium. My co-host Caleb J. Ross and I just released a brand new 2-part series on Grand Theft Auto 3, the game that helped define the modern open world. We break down the story, the missions, the strange little details that make Liberty City feel alive, and why GTA 3 still hits the way it does. If you grew up with it, missed it, or just love deep dives into video game narratives, you'll have a great time with these episodes. Search Tales of the Lesser Medium wherever you get your podcast, and don't forget, we're all a part of the Polymedia Network.
Oh yeah, wearing the same exact clothes because a child is in charge of them. It's not like he's gonna be like, yeah, I should get them more than just like bits of bread. Just dropping bread on their heads. Jesus
like
Christ.
Feeding a duck. All right, impressions. What did you think of that?
So I think we had a big ask for the TV show in asking it to fix a pretty problematic book in terms of just not being very good or very interesting. I think the TV show did its magic to the best of its abilities, but goddamn, you can't polish a turd, I guess.
There was a few things that I really enjoyed about it. Like, I think it tweaked the premise, at least the early premise a bit towards a little more believable. In the book, we had Carolyn show up and basically abduct Mark. But here, he gets the head through the mail, and then Aunt Benna calls him, or calls their house, or whatever, and asks if Mark can come stay 2 weeks at their jungle island. And prior to this, Mark had embarrassed his mom while her boyfriend was over because he freaked out about the head chasing him. And so she was like put out by that. So when his aunt's like, hey, you want to come spend 2 weeks across the globe? Mom's like, you want me to send my son all the way around the world for 2 weeks? Hell yeah. Get him out of here. So that made a little bit more sense.
And, well, also at one point, Mark was playing his jungle video game, which, Jesus Christ, continues the long tradition of TV shows not being able to show video games at all in a good way or a sensible way.
Yeah, it was
it looked
absolute
awful.
dog shit looking game. Yeah, it looked terrible. Looked absolutely terrible. The head did look bitchin' though.
The head was bitchin', but the mom fucks up his game, and he's like, "Mom, you killed me in the game," and the mom was just like, "Don't tempt me." Yeah, mom was great.
She also called Kalia. She's like, "What is that? A foreign swear word?"
Yeah.
This kid's really into jungles, man. He had a straw bed skirt.
Yeah,
That's
what
crazy.
kind of kid even asks for a specific kind of bed skirt? But like, he had requests, I guess. So
Yeah, I guess so.
the whole setup for him being lured away made more sense than it did in the book. So I did enjoy that. And then we met the pilot.
I loved him.
He was great. Although I'm not entirely sure what the takeaway. Although, you know what? I've had Uber drivers like this guy. So
Fully dressed in rhinestones.
no, not the rhinestones. No, I got into an Uber once where the Uber driver introduced himself as the Black Bon Jovi. And he said, "You know why they call me the Black Bon Jovi?" It's like, "I don't know, sir. Why do they call you the Black Bon Jovi?" And he turns on Living on a Prayer and proceeds to sing very badly. He did not sound like Bon Jovi. Much like the pilot in this Goosebumps episode could not do a good impression of Arnold Schwarzenegger. That was the most bewildering moment in the first episode for me, where he was just like, "Look what I can do. I'll be back." Pretty cool, right? Like, no, that was upsettingly bad.
But he was very fun. I liked him. And he did the gag where... Actually, I wasn't even convinced it was a gag in the...
No, it wasn't a gag. They were actually going to die in the show.
Yeah, in the book, there was a bit of a gag where he, like, fakes the engine messing up or whatever and scares Mark. In this one, though, the pilot is just an inept guy who wants to be an actor. He's not good at piloting a plane. But he gets him there. And then we also saw...
I think maybe there was actual plane trouble. And that's the first time the Shrunken head does magic to fix the plane. But and the head is a lot more magical right off the bat. Like, it's talking to Mark. It's chatting with him. It's like, "Hey, let's go on, buddy." Maybe not with that voice or those words.
That would have been great.
But, green glowy eyes. Yeah.
And then once we get to the island...
What's going on?
Once we get to the island, there's a cult waiting for us. I didn't expect a cult.
Oh my god. Straight up and down cult. Like, everyone's wearing the same white garments, black sunglasses, so you can't tell their eyes are glowing white, which is insane.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah. We meet Corrine first. She's... I think in the book, I want to say they were about the same age, but here she was clearly older.
Yeah, she's like
Mark.
16, 17 or something like that. Like, she's like she's a high school. And she's an asshole.
She really is through and through.
I can imagine being a high school student age and not wanting to hang out with Mark. Mm-hmm. Mark was kind of a bit much.
A jungle enthusiast who's 10? Yeah, get me away from him.
Oh my god. The first thing I said to you when we saw him walking through the airport was like, "What an asshole." Like, he just... But he had like... The vest with all the little pockets and things, and the pith helmet. Not a pith helmet, but, like, he was just dressed the most touristy tourist you could possibly see. I mean, he was a child. I'll cut him some slack for being a child.
Right. It was definitely pre 9/11. There were like goats in the airport. It was crazy.
In the country of Moldova?
I don't think you can fly with a loaded goat anymore.
But and you meet Dr. Hollins and Dr. Hollins. They're both doctors, so this is not confusing. And they're cartoonishly evil. Like, when we see him striding about in his fancy robe and just Mussoliniing it up with the locals, and I'm going to have to destroy all of you. Like, he's just very theatrical villain.
He had a dangerous game quality about him.
Yes.
Who's the villain in that? I can't remember the name. It's literary staple, but he definitely gave off that vibe for sure. Also, apparently, he really likes licorice. That was the whole thing. The pilot gave him licorice to give to him. Licorice gum. Then he takes a piece from Mark, and then later the only tip.
No, he takes the whole pack. Because at first you think he's going to, like, take the mummy head, the shrunken head, but instead he's taking out the pack of
takes the gum,
black licorice gum.
Which serve no purpose other than for a split second later in the episode, or the second episode, when he's approaching them in the jungle. For like 1 second, he's like, I smell licorice. And then the guy was already there.
Doesn't help,
so it wouldn't have helped him. Didn't help them at all. It was completely
Mark did it, like,
unnecessary.
I smell licorice. It's your fucking dad. Let's get out of here.
We did get kind of the same thing, though, where, like, you know, Aunt Benna is in hiding, and they've lured Mark there to help find her through jungle magic. But we got a bit of a, which was funny to me, because Dylan, one of the smartest, most literary-minded people I know, I want to say, I mean, it felt real. It looked like you fell for it when he was telling about how Aunt Benna had done all these things where she had created zombies, and Dylan's like, what, Aunt Benna's the bad guy? And I was like,
I thought that would have been a cool twist if they had actually made Aunt Benna the...
You're like, yep, consider the source, Dylan. Consider the source.
They're trying to pitch to Mark that Aunt Benna isn't just like crazy in the jungle, but she's also lobotomizing the natives and making them all zombies. And like they have several flashback scenes that I thought were pretty well done, where they were doing that thing where they're focusing on the flashback scene and they just pan the camera around and bring you back to the present again. But literally, they're doing is panning the camera. I like when they do that.
Yeah, they did. It was pretty cool.
But they show like Aunt Benna like strapping people to a surgical table and being like, "I'm gonna fucking pour jungle magic all over your brain." Looking very mad scientist. And then later you see Aunt Benna's version of the events, and it's like Aunt Benna being like, "I don't know how jungle magic works. Oh well." And this is kind of what happened in the book, except they're like really villainizing Aunt Benna. Probably so when she does find Aunt Benna, he doesn't immediately be like, "Aunt Benna, what's going on?" But now he's like, "Aunt Benna's evil. Don't listen to a word
for
she
a second."
says."
Yeah, he doesn't really fall for it.
No, not at all, really.
But he does like sneak out on his own the next morning to go find her, and he meets some quicksand, which was huge in the 90s. We were all learning about it. But for a kid as versed in jungle survival as he claims to be, doing an awful lot of kicking and screaming in that fucking quicksand, Mark, that's a good way to get dead, son.
Mm-hmm. But luckily, because he immediately panics, basically. He gets in the quicksand, and then he just immediately starts screaming for help, which is like, dude, you were trying to be like going on a little espionage mission. Like, he just deliberately ducked out and ran out of camp to try and find Aunt Benna without them. But then Kareen hears him screaming for help, and in a hilarious, her rescue attempts reminded me of like the acting you see in infomercials when people are like, "Has this ever happened to you? Can you not open a jar?" And it shows like someone trying to open a jar. It's like, I don't know how turning works. Like every time
like that.
Kareen tried to help get him, she'd be standing like 6 feet away from the edge of the quicksand and reaching out her arm and being like, "I don't understand. Why isn't it working?" Oh, but then you try and get the stick. And so she gets a stick and doesn't stand any closer and just kind of waves the stick over his head. Like,
drops in the stick in there. Like, that helps.
Yeah.
I loved how sassy Mark was the whole time, too. That made me happy. He's a real sassamatas.
Just sick burn after sick burn delivered against Kareen. It's like, what are you doing in there? What does it look like?
Maybe Kareen, I was thinking maybe she was like not really interested in saving him, obviously, because she has a vested interest in him not finding Aunt Benna. But at the same time, they need him to help them find her. So it was kind of confusing. Like, I don't know.
I think she's just incompetent.
Luckily,
Mark did send away for a Shrunken head for 5 easy payments. 5 easy payments of $29.99. So he had the Shrunken head method to get out of the quicksand, and he just calls Kali Ma 1,000 different times, and that's all. They said
Kalia.
Kaliha.
They said it different every time.
Kalia. Everyone had their own pronunciation.
Yeah,
which is insane.
Yeah, even the head itself said it differently. It was crazy. I don't know how anybody's committing any amount. I don't know how the jungle magic works if you can just say whatever you want.
Yeah, basically. Just do Kalihaha or whatever, and you're good to go. But so he does it. tentacles come out of the trees, the vines, they wrap around him and pull him out of the quicksand. Yeah, that was. I think that's what happened in the book too. So that was well realized. They find the campfire, smoke. They go to the smoke where Aunt Benna's camp is, and they're just like, aha. And as you pointed out, it's just like, how has she been hidden? Like, it's black smoke, thick black smoke is just wafting over this campsite. And
yeah, it looks like an entire apartment block in New York City is aflame. It looks like the cow knocked the lamp over in Chicago.
And they're 10 minutes away. It's like a 10-minute jog through the jungle.
Yeah, they didn't even have to like stay overnight. The kid walked through quicksand for like a minute, and then boom, they were there. Like, I don't think she's hiding like 30 yards from the camp.
So Corinne and Mark fall into a pit, and then they manage to get in a new cliffhanger where Aunt Benna comes out wearing like a mask and a grass skirt, and she's like, wah, 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 wah. And they're just like, oh, I'm so scared. And then she's like, Mark? And it turns out it's just her. She spent an awfully long time scaring those children before she realized they were children.
I was going to say that too. Like, I don't know if the mask was occluding her vision, but she was all in on that Balladoran witch doctor dance. She didn't cut it short just because they were kids. No. And then Mark, after she goes, Mark's like, oh no, how does it know my name? It's like, Mark, that's clearly your aunt. Buddy. Come on. How stupid are you children?
And Corinne had just seen Aunt Benna. You know, you'd think she'd hear her voice and be like, because Mark, it's been a while since Mark has seen. But even Corinne should have been like, oh wait, that's like clearly the lady I'm looking for. But then we find out that Corinne was signaling to her shitty parents, and she led them there. And her parent, like, she does a full heel turn where she's just like, the mom comes over and is like, well done, Corinne. And Corinne's just like, thanks, Mom. That makes me feel so good. I'm such a piece of shit.
It was...
Because I think book Corinne was nowhere near as bad.
Yeah, I agree. And also earlier, Corinne sort of have an attitude with her parents, so it didn't seem like, at least to the viewers, maybe intentionally, that she would have... she was so into her parents that she would co-conspire with them. But she did. And... what's one part that I thought was really funny around here is when Hollings walks up, obviously smelling of licorice. Everyone smells it. They see him. He demands that Aunt Benna, like, you know, well, first he says, you know, they get Corinne. She pulls out the head and tries to do the Kalia. She says Kalia a couple times. Head does nothing, dude. Everyone just looks at her disappointed.
It doesn't even have its eyes open, which is funny because it has 3 different states. It's got glowy eyes. It has non-glowing eyes, but the eyes are open and it looks stoned out of its mind.
Out of its mind.
But when Corinne is holding it, it's shut its eyes. It's like, no, I can't see you.
No, I'm not looking at you.
Just go away.
I'm not interested.
Go away.
But then Corinne's like, Mark, you make it work. Mark's like, fuck, I'm not going to make it work. And Hollings is like, Benna, you have to tell us how it works. And she goes, Hollings, I wouldn't tell you how the phone book works. I was like, fucking sick burn.
Snap.
In the 90s, that's a huge burn. Everybody's using the phone book in the 90s. He doesn't know how to use it? Fucking idiot.
Oh, for the kids listening to this and not understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, Travis,
a book
Travis,
with
but
pictures
phone
of
books
phones.
was a giant, a catalog of phones at the time that you could get. So like the Princess phone.
Yeah, you could order a phone from it.
The rotary ones. By the time you and I were kids, they only had a small section devoted to rotary phones.
That's true.
It was like they had definitely moved to touch tone.
I was a little podunk kid who liked NASCAR, so I had a Davey Allison phone, and then like a couple weeks after I got that phone, he died in a helicopter crash. So that phone was just it was hard to look at sometimes, man. So then I got a Bill Elliott phone, and he's still alive. So it wasn't the phone thing; it was just a fluke.
Okay, so you weren't killing race car drivers by getting phones with their likenesses. I had a Garfield phone.
I really tried with Bill Elliott. Garfield died.
And that little fucker's still around.
Oh, did he?
What?
Okay.
Shit.
I couldn't remember if Garfield died. Maybe it was Heathcliff. One of them had a heroin overdose. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely Heathcliff. That motherfucker was in alleyways all the time. Like, he was not living a healthy life, no.
I just admired how he could eat a fish and then pull the bone out like that.
I love that
all
too.
together. That's crazy. Imagine what he could do with a cherry stem.
I mean, imagine what he could do. Like, I would just jump straight to like, imagine what he could do with a clitoris. But you're like, yeah, let's. You're just like, let's do it the middle step. I mean, he loves pussy.
I don't even know if cats have clitori.
Probably not, because male cats have the barbs on their penis. So I don't think they're into gratifying their women.
I'll cut that part out. Don't worry your little head about it. Cut it right on out. Now we're approaching the finale. What'd you think of that? It was some high action. I don't remember exactly how that part went in the book, if I'm honest. And it was kind of fast paced. I don't remember the beats.
I think there was some sort of cauldron situation. I don't really remember exactly. There definitely was an entire cult of people, which was the real problem. Because what happens is they tie Mark up over the cauldron, which felt less dangerous and more like, I don't know, like they're going to dunk this kid's head in a toilet bowl. Like, the whole time it's just like, God, stop it! Ow! Ow! Like, it wasn't very... The drama didn't seem very high on his end. And then later when we find out, like, oh, you could just throw 3 people into this thing and they're fine, basically.
Yeah. It was just like they were standing up in a hot tub. There was nothing going on.
Yeah, it was basically a sauna filled with green hot water. Yeah.
Can you imagine if they just dipped Mark's head in it and then he just had a little tiny head on normal shoulders? That'd be kind of fun.
Well, that's what it is. That's how you get your shrunken head.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought
That's why they have this elaborate mechanism.
I thought you separated the head from the body. I thought they were just getting real fancy with the torture.
No. Why would you do that? Because then so much blood and everything. But then if you keep it while the head's still attached, then you're just like, you're just like some scissors.
I will say, and I just went back and looked at our notes from that episode, and one thing that was not in the episode that I wish was, that was the episode, or that was the book where they're supposed to do the 3 blink signal. And we had so much fun thinking about she just blinked twice, and you're like, okay, oh shit. Oh shit. Does the next blink count as 3, or are we starting over?
That's right.
We didn't get the blinking thing. That would have been great.
Yeah. Could you imagine the close-up zooms on people's faces while they're like, blink.
It would have been the best. Instead, though, they keep doing these flashbacks to where apparently Aunt Benna on his birthday came over with a coin and hypnotized him. Creepy as hell.
Yeah, I don't like any of this.
And like put the jungle magic in him.
This looked like we were witnessing a crime. Yeah.
And so he had it in him the whole time, which he apparently remembers while he's being dangled upside down over the pot. It was a little loose here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was also in the book.
A little bit.
That she did put the magic in him earlier when he was 8. But seeing it play out on screen like that made me wicked uncomfortable. I didn't like that. Aunt Benna needs to not be hanging out with little boys on their own and hypnotizing them.
I agree with that. I want to be on record to say I agree with what you said.
I'm glad that you do.
Yep.
I wasn't worried about it until you said that.
Well, I just wanted to get it on record.
He realizes that the magic's in him. And so then he starts just yelling Kalihaha over and over and again and basically becomes God.
Yeah.
Like the rope snaps off of him. He starts flying up into the air and is just hovering in the air, breaks the spell over all the village people so they're not cult members anymore. And so they do all the heavy lifting. I'm pretty sure in the book, all the shrunken heads came to life.
Yes, there was a pile of
them.
Yeah.
In this case, the living people attacked the Hollings.
Do you think they just didn't have enough CGI in the budget for a group of heads, so they just hired a couple people to be cult members to fill that role?
Yeah, probably. Also, imagine how that would have looked, even if they had gotten it right. Just softball-sized heads chasing them.
I don't know, a swarm of shrunken heads would be pretty sweet.
Were their mouths stitched shut? Maybe. I mean, you just smack them. Smack them.
Smack them.
But they get knocked into the sauna, and they're all green water, and we're just like, oh, and they're fine. I mean, later we find out they're not fine, but still.
Yeah. I thought it was boiling hot water. I thought it was going to, like, skin would peel off of them. So that's what I was expecting. I didn't expect, like, a mild waterboarding scenario. Not that that's a thing.
No, it wasn't even that. It was just like a dunking at a carnival.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a state fair situation.
But then afterward, Mark's talking to Aunt Benna, and he's like, oh, hell yeah, dude. I just fucking levitated. It was awesome. I loved having this power.
I will never give up this power.
And Aunt Benna's like, the fuck you.
And Aunt Benna's just like,
and hypnotizes him on the fucking spot, dude. How could you?
Oh, yeah. Don't let him keep that power for any amount of time. What are you talking about? A 10-year-old with the power of a god? There's a whole Twilight Zone episode about this.
I mean, how could she hypnotize someone so immediately like that? I mean, she's just like, look at the coin, snap my fingers.
She's probably got a backdoor built in his brain. Like, you can do that when you get hypnotized. They'll just, like, give you, like, a code word versus just, like, okay, we have to go through this whole process. Like, they can fast track it a little bit. Like in a Dark Souls game when you open up a shortcut. You know.
Oh, thank you for that reference.
Sorry, Pam's been playing the shit ton of Dark Souls 3, so that's...
Oh,
In
cool.
the front of my brain. But so she takes the jungle magic back out of him.
He's free of that. That won't show up on any blood panels on his way into college. He's jungle magic free. And then we flash to Mark. He's in his bedroom, and he turns around. He's holding the head, and he goes, "And that's how I got my shrunken head." And he's talking to Mom's boyfriend, who stormed out earlier in the episode because he thought Mark was weird. And Mark's mom comes in. She's like, "You're not
screaming about his shrunken head."
Yeah, you're not regaling Ed with any of your weird stories, are you? You can kind of see the look on Ed's face is like, "What the fuck is going on with this kid?" But it's all good. They leave, and then
I thought
feel
the
like ending
Mark's
was
mom's
amazing.
got like, she could probably like suck the polish off a door and like, sorry.
She could suck the BPA out of a plastic water bottle.
Oh yeah.
But I like this the very tail ending. I thought the ending here was way better than the book.
Holy shit. It's a little dark.
Mm-hmm. It's the way we like it. It kind of had stay out of the basement vibes here at the end, I thought.
He cracks open his I guess he's got like a little closet thing, and there's a terrarium. And if you remember the ending of the book, you're probably already figure out where this is going, but there's no hint actually in the episode that they got shrunk. And there's this terrarium, and there were some cool touches in there, like there's a cocktail umbrella in there. But it's all the Hollings. It's the Doctors Holling and Kareen are all tiny, and they live in a 10-year-old boy's closet, which I can't imagine anything more terrifying than living at the whims of a. And he tells him like, "Don't worry, Aunt Benna just told you called and said that she's figuring out the cure to bring you guys back to normal size, and for my birthday she'll be coming up with the cure." And they're just like, "Oh, thank God," because they have tiny people voices. And then it's like, "My 16th birthday."
Got him!
And then there's like, "No."
I like how also he was just dropping bread on them like they were ducks.
Yeah, like, oh my God, Aunt Benna, why wouldn't you keep them? Why would you trust these tiny people? Like, God, the things they'll see over the next 6 years.
Dylan, question for you. You're gifted a small family of tiny people who tried to kill you. What do you do with them?
Yeah.
What do you do with these little people?
I mean, I wouldn't even want that responsibility. I mean, I read the ending in the cupboard growing up, and it's just like, I was less interested about making people come alive. I was just like, oh, could you put like a toy lightsaber in the Indian in the cupboard and then get a real lightsaber if you take it out? That's what I wanted. So having tiny people would just be an inconvenience.
Think so? I could see at first it being a little weird, but then I could see myself really getting into the hobby of making doll furniture for them and really just like decorating the spot, getting them little tiny remote control cars they can drive around in. I think I would be Even though they tried to murder me, I think I would try to be their friend.
Oh, I just know there would be, at the end of a week, I would be like, oh shit, did I feed them?
Guys, I'm going out of town.
And I would go and open the closet and I'm like, oh no.
Guys, I'm going out of town. Would you mind coming over and feeding my little people? Please?
No.
It's just one little spoonful of pate, and they're good for all day. Yes. They're good all day.
Oh, man. It would be great to just be like, man, a spoonful of peanut butter, and like you could feed a whole family.
Right?
Like, no. It's like, we would like more than just peanut butter. It's like, shut the fuck up.
You'd have to clean their little litter boxes. That'd be rough.
Oh, God, that is true.
Nobody would like that.
Ugh. People turds would be so awful, even at that size.
I know.
That's scaled.
And you'd have to give them, like, they need hygiene. You'd have to give them little tiny bottles of shampoo, little toothpastes. I mean, that's kind of cute and fun. I'm still into it. I keep going back into it. I keep getting excited about it. I'd let them ride the cat around the house. It'd be fun.
You could just use the little hose attachment on your kitchen sink and just bathe them that way. Or get a spray bottle.
Oh, just
that'd be gentler.
Yeah, that would be.
Like, mist them like they were like air plants. Just
man, I kind of want a little itty bitty tiny person. I really do.
Oh my God, I don't.
Just a little one.
This seems like a okay.
Just one little.
I'll figure it out.
I'll
figure it out for you, buddy.
Just a little action figure sized human man, just to hang out with. It has been good chatting bumps. I do think we need to get the third Stein Tingler. We need to get that.
We do need the third Stein Tingler.
We need maybe that'd be a goal for the next episode. We'll get that going because we'll probably have another bonus before we dive back in. At least one more bonus. So
it's true.
I'd be down for that. That'd be a lot of fun.
With Kevin acting in a play about Jaws. I guess we're never doing Goosebumps 2, the movie.
I mean, we can. It's just, it's I
just like the fact that I've gotten the title so wrong. Goosebumps 2, the movie, does not track, I feel like, or scan well.
I know what you're talking about, but
the movie.
I too have no idea exactly what it's called. Goosebumps, the regoosening.
I think just Goosebumps 2.
Okay.
I think you leave off the movie part.
Oh,
and you're good.
I like that. Well, I mean, there is Goosebumps, the movie, the game, which is confusing. So who knows?
Oh yeah.
Who knows what's going on out there, man?
You try that.
Folks, if you would like to please, obviously rate and review us. We like that a whole lot. And we would love if we get in the habit if you send some reviews on your favorite podcast platform of choice. Just like those emails, we could read those out here. Again, if they're good. If they're mean, we're not going to fucking read them. But if they're pretty good, we'll read them. Emails too, please send them.
If they're funny, mean.
Oh, if they're funny, mean. Yeah, maybe. But don't test that. Maybe run that by us in an email first. And then we'll let you know what we think.
Also, I like the idea that it's not even about whether or not it'll be good for the show, but just like don't hurt our feelings. Just run it by us first.
Yeah,
like let us know that you're gonna joke, be mean to us, so that we can. Yeah. So you just sounded like. Please don't.
So I can react to it, on my own time as an adult. All right. But yes, thank you, MJ and Wilds, for the emails. I love hearing from you. And more of you should be more like those two fine folk and do that yourself. That's WeGotGoosebumpsPodcast@gmail.com. Please send us an email. We'd love to hear from you. You can find us on Blue Sky. We're at Say Cheese and Pod. We use it sparingly, but with purpose when we do use it. We have Patreon, patreon.com/Polykill if you'd like to help out the show, the network of shows. That'd be great. And that's it for now. We don't have any backs of any books to read. So I guess, Dylan, until next time, have fun with your shrunken head.
I'm already having fun with my shrunken head.
I figured.
Yeah.